Before I leave my house, my mother always says, remember, anything can happen in 1 second. Be careful. Love you. Bye. I used to wonder what she was referring to when saying anything. I mean, an accident? A miracle? A mistake? Decisions and behavior. Meaning that I have the full responsibility to use such tools in the correct way. And guess what? So do you. I constantly find myself involved in conversations about other people. I mean, I'm sure you do as well. We usually find ourselves complaining about a politician, the weather, or talking about the repulsive sportsmanship of a football player. Even when people argue about their boss, friends, or family. Personally, I have found that many of my friends occasionally come to me saying, my parents didn't let me go to that party that I really wanted to go to, or, it's raining again. I like to think that I started to develop a sixth sense, a particular one that lets me zoom out of conversations and see them from another perspective. I realized that people who complain, criticize, and compare themselves to others are often jealous or lack self-confidence. On the other hand, people who talk about achievement, outstanding recognitions, aspects they admire from another people, or simply have made it part of their daily life to give compliments to those around them, not only seem to be happier, but receive the same positive attitude in return. Now, the question I ask myself is, if only positive outcomes come from avoiding criticizing others, preventing making them feel small, why don't we just stop doing so? Instead, let's embrace the fact that we are all different and that the words we use are extremely powerful. Of course, easier said than done. I'm sure that most of the times we find ourselves using hurtful words or involved in situations where we talk about others without really knowing the insight of their context, which leads to what we colloquially call gossiping. Now, we don't mean to be hurtful, but this doesn't mean that due to our ignorance, we are not guilty of the consequences of our words. But my point is that, as hypocritical as it sounds, it is essential to talk about others, but not in the gossip type of way, but instead in a constructive manner, in order to illuminate their presence and show them their strengths. Because yes, sometimes we need somebody else to compliment us in order to believe in our strengths. While writing the script for my talk, I thought that the best way to convince others to adopt this positive way of being was to share a biological or psychological theory that supports my argument. I mean, yeah, such theories are indeed important. Don't get me wrong. But today, I believe it is worth sharing my own personal theory, which, to be true, is quite easy to prove. Let's imagine a scenario. Is there any situation where after a lot of effort and sacrifice, being complimented about your work does not make you feel accomplished? Is there any case where a genuine compliment does not make your day better? I ask myself this question, and the answer is always no. No matter the context or situation we are in, everybody is grateful when their hard work and achievement is recognized. You might say that in no way my theory can be proven to a large extent, but my purpose is to start small, because small steps create outstanding results in the long term. Seeking to become a better person every day by complimenting and being complimented is the start of an exponential road to success. And trust me in this one, a blessed one to personal satisfaction. Now, the beauty in these genuine compliments is that one inspires the next. One by one, step by step, it creates a chain that generates a lifelong impact that can change the way we act and see the world. My father, Manuel Alzate, was the best father I could ever ask for. He lived happily and he made sure he helped everyone around him. He inspired every single person he cared for to be better, to aim and fight towards their goals. And he made sure those he cared for knew he was proud of them. Unfortunately, when I was 12, he passed away. as cancer took over quickly. I was too innocent to understand how difficult and different my life would be without him. Since the day of his passing, I took 2 lessons. 1, I wouldn't let anything or anyone take away the memories, stories, and the love I have for him. And 2, since day 1, I decided that I would see him as an inspiration and not as a loss. I like to think, and I am sure, that he is still here, that he guides me, and that sooner or later, when I have children, I will get to be the great father he was for me. But he wasn't perfect. He was human. But he made sure he left a huge positive legacy by always letting people around him know they were truly cared for and valued through compliments. Now, the crazy thing is, seeing the amount of people that remember him, that loved him, and that share stories that I honestly didn't know about before, has taught me a very important lesson. A genuine compliment can come a long way. People who told me these stories had one thing in common. They always remembered the compliments my dad had gave them. Maya Angelou, activist and writer, said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel." And this is my inspiration to share this knowledge. When I got the chance to say goodbye, he gifted me one of the best compliments. One that I will never forget. In his last breaths, where he struggled to speak, I noticed how he made a brutal effort to say something. He called me loco, which is crazy in Spanish. He told me to never lose my humor, to make sure I enjoy life and overcome every obstacle that life gives me. That day, I promised him that I would give all I had to be the best version of myself. He used his thumb to install his footprint, index to mine, into a necklace that would and continues to be the symbol of our promise. Carrying this necklace is a constant reminder to compliment others in the ways he used to, and always have in mind the values he stood for. So please, find your inspiration. And if you don't have one, I assure you that if you adopt this way of being, you will begin to see results that will inspire you to continue. The gratitude from giving and receiving these compliments will fulfill your happiness. Your life will change in the way mine did. I started to think on how I could deliver this message to my future kids or other people. How and what will I tell my kids? How can I inspire them to be the best version of themselves and compliment others? How can I be a good father and guide them to become the best version of themselves by complimenting and lifting others up? This talk is how I decided to start. So I invite you all to do the same. Find a path to start. Small steps create outstanding results in the long term. Try to become a better person every day. Compliment others. Don't complain, compare, or judge. But instead, help others, inspire them, and be part of their process while you grow with them. As we hope that in the future, someone will do the same for our kids. Now, I challenge you to compliment someone in the next following days. Be honest, be genuine, and be yourself. It's simple. I'll give you an example. Thank you for being such an amazing audience. Remember, one genuine compliment will create a chain. One genuine compliment will bring the best out in someone. One genuine compliment can come a long way. It's as simple as calling someone crazy. Thank you very much.